disregard. You're going to have to go back north. Those MiGs are coming back at you. Range 35 miles. They're screaming in at 21,000.
Hammer.
Showtime Mako picture.
Mako, Bra, 028, 18 miles. You got 3 of them mixed in with your flight.
Alright, targeted 07060 or 80.
Mako 23 merged.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, stop what you're doing and watch this 14-player cap with BibleClinger as GCI. We had a ton of new flight leads, so flight lead character building was strong in this mission. In a matter of fact, we had plenty of newer pilots in this mission as well, so it was a good experience for them. I did explain that it was not going to be easy and to bring your A game. All the flight leads and wingmen really stepped up and did a great job. Check out the description for chapters in my Aviation Plus store where all purchases directly support the channel. I have tons of BMS videos on my channel, now including 4.36, content you definitely don't want to miss. Go check them out. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See ya. Oh, so there's threats out there. Do not go into North Korea. You will die. China's in, so make sure you look out for Chinese fighters. There may or may not be a J-20. Yeah, so within your flights, you guys set up a grinder in your respective areas. That'll probably be the best option. F-18s, stay frosty. That's all I have to say on that one. Alright, we'll do it in the air. So one is throttling up and rolling.
Hawkeye, 1, hold short.
Two roll. 3 rolling. 4 is rolling. Pick up on number 2.
Showtime, negative contact with Avenger 6-2.
Be advised, Avenger 6-2 is gone.
Showtime, hammer request picture.
For Showtime, 2 groups. Western Group 2638, targeted by Avenger 6-1. Western Group is Print 627. Eastern Group 02422, 8000. West, 2 contacts hostile. Showtime to all flights, new picture. Pictures 4 groups. Western Group, Bullseye 25722, 19,000. Track north, 2 contacts. Print C27, hostile. Northern Group, Bullseye 03738, 8,000. 2 contacts, hostile, cap. Eastern Group, Bullseye 05570, 21,000. Track south, it's a 4-ship heavy. They're hostile, follow on range, 13 miles, additional 4-ship behind them.
Alright, flight, we're going straight to steer point 5.
2.
Make sure you look out for traffic as well.
Go.
And second element, keep this distance 10-15 miles.
3 copies. Showtime Mako left. Lima Charlie.
2 switch sides.
2 copy.
Mako, recommend target Eastern Group, Bullseye 07486, 21,000. Track east. 4-ship heavy, print mid-21.
07486. Mako.
Hammer, Showtime, can you back up Mako on this one?
Affirm, hammer is backing up. And contact.
Hammer, the follow-on group, Northeastern Group is at Bullseye 06485, 21,000. Print flanker.
1, this is 3. Do you need support, or you guys can handle it?
Yeah, go ahead and support us. We're about to turn off cold here. Hammer's
Got your
cold.
data.
Look low as well. I got nails 30 north.
Yep, copy that.
You got the lead?
I'm turning cold, Rhodey. You need to turn cold now.
Copy that.
What altitude were they at, Rhodey?
4, this is 3. Can you lock up on the left bandit? 2 ship, can you lock up on the left one, number 4?
Two heading 200.
Heads up, it is a 3 ship, not a 4 ship. Fox 3 on bandit, Angels 2-4.
Make sure you call on uniform.
Copy. Hawkeye 6-3, engaging bandits, bullseye 073 for 92, Angels 22. Raise up. 4, tell me when you engage. That 2 ship's getting a little close. They're almost at that DMZ line.
Alright, one's turning back.
There we go.
Hammer 6-3, range 20 miles.
Cold, turn right. Reference steer 4. There you go, just turn 4. Don't turn cold, don't worry about it. This is 3, referencing steer 4. Slow cold. Gotta get out of there, we're a little too close to them. That was on the line.
Yeah, you need to burn south. One's hot, they're cold.
For that 4, burn south, go full afterburner.
Hammer 6-1 targeted 081 64 20 23,000. Fox 3. Cranking left.
4, once we're 15 miles off, let's pull off the afterburner.
Hit bull off cold.
Hammer 6-2, 5-3, bullseye.
Careful, careful. No, no, no.
08778, Angel 24.
That's friendly. Friendly, friendly, friendly.
I checked.
This is 3, I pulled off afterburner. I'm gonna slow down, let you catch up to me.
Showtime, declare bullseye 08385 20,000.
08385 hostile, Mako 2, threat north, range 20 miles. You got 4 of them coming at you from the north.
2, come cold.
Fox 3 long, 07610 19,000. 4, status. One, this is 4. I think we lost one. I'm not picking up on data link.
Shoot 4.
Hammer, if you could swing around towards the southeast and come around and back up Mako and Hawkeye, just in case.
Hammer coming southeast. 3, go ahead and reference data link. Go ahead and rejoin.
3.
Run, did I hit 4?
Maybe. I saw your locking target over a data link target.
Don't worry about it right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it right now.
Hammer, disregard, you're going to have to go back north. Those MiGs are coming back at you, range 35 miles. They're screaming you at 21,000.
Hammer.
Showtime, Mako picture.
Mako, Bra, 028, 18 miles. You got 3 of them mixed together with your flight.
Alright, targeted 07060 or 80.
Mako 23 merged.
Try to see if I can get the leader.
Perfect.
Hammer 6-1 Fox 3 07279 21,000 3 ship.
I got the trailer. Hammer 6253, bullseye 07379, Angels 22.
Make sure you keep saying that over uniform though.
It's up one. I think that bandit's trying to beam you.
Alright, one's off cold.
Not.
Almost guarantee Lee went on the other side, so be careful.
Copy that. I'm right at just 7 o'clock.
Mako, your nearest Zipples is 075, 105. Raw is 34421, 14,000.
One, just heads up. A two ships turning on towards you. Get a data link.
Smoker.
Copy, cold.
Up one. Doesn't seem I'm able to data link. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's a little weird, but continue.
Yeah, copy. The two ship is bullseye 072 for 79, Angels 15.
Alright, that other bandit is just past your smoker. He's coming after you guys right now. Mako, copy, spike.
Alright, one's coming back.
Yeah, copy. I was about to say they just turned cold. I was going to turn cold.
Showtime nails east 30.
That guy's being dealt with by Mako, I think.
Hammer.
Alright, the eastern group's turning off cold, heading north. Your group, Hammer, is turning back in now. They're maneuvering east.
Please referencing steer 4.
Got that. Angel 16.
Angel 12. Two, that's you. Go after that one.
Eastern
Copy
group's a threat to Mako 2-4. Mako 2-4 should flow south, and the rest of Mako flight can engage somehow.
Keep an eye on these 30s over here.
Copy that. Yeah, I see him at my 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I got him locked, targeted, or committed, or contact.
Copy that.
Just 3. Referencing steer 4. If I need assistance, I'll turn hot towards that bandit you marked.
Yeah, there's a guy to the east.
Copy.
One I just lost down.
7391 20,000.
07391
Monitor.
hostile, western group.
3.
Two.
Mako 2 committed 07492.
Mako 2-2 merged. Bullseye 087, 110, 16,000.
To you, Fox.
Negative, I lost contact.
Copy. Turn cold.
220 calls. Got the chevron.
What's the bullseye? Chevrons.
Well, this is 3. I've lost visual on the bandit. They were pretty close to 2 friendlies. I think they got him.
Bullseye 09511.
18,000.
Angels 25.
Your number 2.
Yes, that 30 over there. Continue cold south.
2, just a heads up, you're data linking a friendly target.
Copy that.
2,
Hawkeye 1, merge 09422.
2 come cold 160. 3, there's 21 come back to the north from the north.
Copy, facing north.
Nails 21. Correction, Spike 21.
Yep, it's a 2-ship on you.
Hammer, Western group maneuvering.
Yep, Spike 21, my,
Hammer 6, Spike 21 north.
Hammer 6-3, engaging 2-ship. Bullseye 078 for 96. Angels 2-2.
2 burn south.
Fox 3 long times 2. We keep maintaining the pressure. Keep turning cold.
Alright, still spiked.
Yeah, copy. They really like you. Flee with missiles. Make them turn cold. They're going defensive. See them.
Alright, one's clean.
2.
3's turning cold. I'm too close. 17.
Apron, one's coming back.
Defensive, so it should go. It's time to reset.
Alright, targeted. Hammer targeted bullseye 08093, 17,000, 2-ship MiG-21.
Got it.
Okay, I can't tank. I'm heading back out on refuel.
Copy.
I got the right one.
A firm, I'll keep an eye on the trailer, he's cold now.
I got a good shot.
You got it, go for it.
Copy that. Hammer 6-2, Fox 3, bullseye 079, 3/4, Angels 18.
Caution. Caution.
We might have foxed the same target. Your target seems like it's going down.
No, I'm
And
sorry.
Pitbull.
My target was Angels 3. It was low.
Copy, Pitbull.
Hammer 6-3, showtime. Declare. Bandits 081 for 90. Angels 6.
Contact 08190, 4,000, hostile, MiG-21.
I think he just died. I'm pretty sure it was tumbling, because he just went to Angel 0 and disappeared.
That contact may have been splashed. He went down to 110 knots and faded.
Sweet.
Copy. Yeah, I saw that too right when I was doing that call.
Showtime, new picture. Picture single group, bullseye 056, 49, 21,000, track southeast, 2 contacts, hostile.
One's turning back hot.
Good cup.
Copy that. 3 turning cold.
But you can continue, if it feels good, you can continue north. Yeah, you don't have to turn right when I turn back.
Copy.
Yeah, it's based off of what you feel.
Showtime, make a
deem.
picture.
Picture single group, bullseye 053, 46, 21,000, track northwest, 2 contacts, hostile.
05346, Mako.
Hawkeye 1, 2, and 4 KIA. Everything went plane's dead but the engine on the back.
Copy, Hammer's down to 3 ships.
Mako's down to 3 ships.
Hawkeye 1-3, Hawkeye 1-1, we're still alive, were you?
Victor radio's down.
One 3 1 1, copy. RTB Fable.
one is off left.
Roger.
Showtime Hammer, request picture.
Picture is single group, bullseye 047, 46, 21,000, cap, 2 contacts, hostile.
3's hot.
So that last contact's a little deep in there, so I can't see anything, but he's deep in the north. Go ahead and go, what's it called? 7-8 Yankee for my TACAN, so you can get tie with me. 3.
3? Yeah, I'm in range.
Okay, visual.
Roger. Hammer 6-1, copper 4-1, cleared to contact position.
Do contact Hammer 6-1.
Contact.
One's off 9-5.
Disconnect.
Copy that. 2 coming in.
Hammer 6-2, copper 4-1, you are cleared to pre-contact position. Roger.
And 9,095 is good.
5,000.
Copy that.
A reminder, he does need around 8,000 to 9,000 pounds. Great visual.
That's awesome.
9,000.
9,000 coming off.
It's taking too long, we'll just take 2 more 1,000 pounds and then we'll be good.
Yeah, we're just gonna check up on the air-to-air and probably go back home. I'm gonna tune to 14 and see if anything's going on.
2,000.
Showtime Hammer, checking in on the air picture. Is everyone, anybody doing anything?
Hammer, we have one battle going on, bullseye 06440, 23,000, very persistent MiG-29.
Copy. Still tanking. We got on the last guy, going back to 13.
4,000.
Right, there you go, disconnecting.
Disconnect.
Alright, we're gonna go over the top of it, so I'm climbing.
Hawkeye 1-1, copper 4-1, you are cleared to pre-contact position. Roger.
Alright, checklist, make sure your door's closed.
Mako 2, Osan Tower, wing 250 at 8 knots, runway 27 right, cleared for landing, check gear down.
Up 2, I'm closing it in.
Two of you.
How close do you want me?
I mean, whatever you're comfortable with, we're gonna do a break, so whatever the comfortableness is.
I just don't want to scare you.
I'm looking forward, so I can't really get scared unless I explode.
Copy that.
Mako, break right.
Don't worry, I won't hit you.
Visual of traffic, visual of Mako and the right brake.
Copy that. visual. We're gonna extend.
Copy. You guys can continue. We're gonna extend. Just continue your base.
Mako 2-1 on base.
Right on the brake. Make sure you see the person in front of you.
Copy.
Hammer 6-1 in the brake.
Mako 2, Osan Tower, wing 250 at 9 knots, runway 27 right, cleared for landing, check gear down.
One, you want me to keep 1.5 mile away?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or you want to do 10 then?
No, this is fine.
Copy that.
Hammer 6-1 on 5 mile base, right base.
Hammer 6-2, braking.
You're coming down.
Mako 2-1, contact low, switch to 5370.
Hammer 6-1, 4.3 mile final, runway 27 right.
Turning for final.
2 on final, gears down.
Remember, you're a little heavy, so get the nose down and start braking. Make sure you land as slow as you can.
Down.
Your 6-1 wheels down. And always go around, remember.
There we go, mailman.
Yep.
They're on final now.
Do you want to wait, or do you want to like just?
You can continue the overview.
Okay, so we were looking at this. So Lee gets, apparently they had trouble off the carrier.
Yeah.
Lee gets hit, and then Avenger gets deloused by Prime and his bros
we're
over
more
here.
North or more west, further out.
Oh,
yeah.
So you peel off. I see. Yep. So you peel off to go help them.
Then I had my second element do a spin to get some spacing to set up for the grinder if needed.
And then meanwhile, we're over here on uniform 6, not realizing that you guys are on uniform 14.
Yeah, I was like, it's really quiet. So I typed it in there. I'm like, it's really quiet on with 14 people on uniform. I'm like, it's weird.
That was later after we had switched. I'm like, because I'm calling uniform 14. I'm like, make a flight check-in uniform 14, or check-in tactical, and nobody's responding. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Uniform 6, I said tactical. And then, like, I don't know, 30 seconds later, I figure it out, and then we have some trouble switching to uniform 14. I was trying to get my flight debrief point. I was trying to get everybody to check in on tactical, so I'll call on Victor, and I think we're confusing Victor and uniform, like we're not sure which one's which, and it's hard to tell. So I turn uniform down. That's how I'd know, because Victor is more, in my opinion, more important to focus, because that's where
Yeah, your immediate area is
the main fight that you're worried about is, right?
You can also do left-right balance,
yeah,
by
that's
the
a
way.
thing now.
Oh shoot, I didn't even know that.
You can do that.
You could also add the quick clicking for uniforms, so you hear the little knocking in the background.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Because if you don't, then it's really hard. I can't go back to not having something deciphering which one is which.
That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that common nav manual then. But anyway,
Yeah,
so that's what we're. Yep, go ahead.
I heard you say to go to Uniform 14.
Yeah. So I called Flight Chicken Tactical, and I think I called. I'm not sure the order, whether it's supposed to be 2 first, then 3, then 4, then 1, or 1, 2, 3, then 4. But we had this thing in our flight where it was just like the whole mission. It was like 4 would check in, and then 2 would go, 3 would go, and then the next time 2, 4 would go, and then 3 would go, and then 1 would go. It was all. So we gotta, as a flight, we gotta work on getting 2, like lead first, then 2, then 3, then 4, right?
Yeah, and if there's a command 2, 3, 4, and if there's a space, you have to wait a little bit. And if no one answers, then the next person can go, but you gotta wait a amount of time.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was like intra-flight stuff.
Yep.
But we fight through. We all end up on Uniform 14. I'm having some IDM issues, but that's a different story than what we're focused on. So let's see. Prime and Rhodey come. Yep, Prime and Rhodey come in. So it looks like he just rejoins on you, and he just joins your mission. Okay.
Then he peels off. Yeah, right there. He was just in there for a little bit, then he peeled off to the tank.
The tank. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was stuff all over the place.
And I don't know how you guys want to do this.
So you can do yours first. Cool. You can do yours.
Okay.
Yeah, do your flight.
Okay. Word. All right. So takeoff was pretty standard. It's pretty good. Again, we had those, just new people comm issues. No big deal. We'll work through that later. And honestly, 3 and 4. Well, 3 leading 3. That was good. That was really good for your first time, and you're kind of new to the bigger missions anyway, right?
Yeah. I've had BMS. I don't know, month and a half.
Yeah. So you survived, and up until a point. I think three ended up getting shot down later. But
yeah. I'm guilty of that that comm issue you mentioned a few minutes ago. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and then for everybody in the room, I think most of you know this already, but like I try to explain this in the jet. If you're gonna talk, know what you're gonna say. Hit the button, say it, and then release the button. Because the longer you hold down that button, the longer I can't hear what everybody else is trying to tell me, or I can't say anything.
And if there's any kind of major emergency, no one's able to use that channel.
Right. Exactly.
Especially on uniform.
Especially on uniform, but even in Victor, it's kind of. So I'm hearing and then talk. You need to I need to hear the blip and then talk and then a blip again. So we need to be better at what is that called? Prime
brevity and just knowing what you're going to say. It's push to talk, not push to think.
Right.
So.
No, that's it. That's a good way to say it.
Yep.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Yep. But that'll come with time and practice, hopefully.
And just a disclaimer: this is debriefing. We're hindsight 2020, all that kind of jazz. So we're just trying to make everybody better and make you have a good time in BMS.
Oh no, throw it on. I'll take anything you got.
Yeah, there's no judgment here. And don't take anything personally. So I think I tell these guys to spin, and they do this number, right? Because I want to get some spacing. Shit's hitting the fan already.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to get them 10 miles in trail, and then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this cap here when I got these guys out here, right? So that's what's going through my brain. And if you ever lead a flight, like this is my first time leading a flight of 4 in a mission this big, it is crazy having to deal with 2 different like frequencies, Uniform and Victor, at the same time, and try to keep one ear on one and the other ear on the other. So your brain kind of breaks a little bit. Meanwhile, you're trying to figure out what you want your flight to do, and I'm trying to figure out, oh shit, these guys are out here where we're supposed to be ingressing. So like, and it sounds like they're getting shot at and they're shooting shit. So I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do. So we just pressed to steer. I think this is steer 5. Yeah, steer 5. I first turned off like I want to go to steer 6, and then we just pressed to steer 5. These guys are in trail. That's good. Because I thought these dudes were like capping over here and getting shot. And I think I see these guys over here. And then I call peel off left, and you guys fall in afterward, right? To try to get that trail. And then 2, I think, just shoots these guys because he sees them, and I see them. So I thought these guys. Okay, yeah, this is exactly what happened. Craig, I'll let you talk in a sec. But where my headspace is these guys are targeted by these other flights that are already on station prior to us being here. That's where I thought we were at. And evidently they turned cold.
Nope. I saw them go cold, and I kind of see you going off to the left, so I'm kind of sitting here like, nah, fuck it, I'm shooting the missile. Like, I was literally, like, I was looking off my left, I'm watching you, I'm watching our TACAN, I'm like, okay, you're not too far, I'm still gonna shoot this missile.
Yeah, and I hear you shoot them, and I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, it's a double tap. Best case scenario, you just saved our ass, and I think it was best case scenario, because I thought these guys were targeted by somebody over here, or like I thought there was a lot more people over here. But anyway,
yeah, it's the people directly behind us. It's Scarecrow and Ripper. They're right on my 6 area. So
because I'm hearing a lot of shit on uniform saying, hey, targeted this group, and I'm like, okay, let's just press our grinder, like I gotta set up our grinder, right? And if these guys are targeted, then they should be like defensive and cold and stuff.
All right.
No, they were at 20 miles.
The
I
server's
think
coming down.
shot.
Make sure you get out of IVC and stuff.
I'm good to go here.
Yep. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the shot since this is my flight's debrief. All right, we got him. So Craig shoots, and I don't have it advanced. Whoa, that's very fast. I'm not sure. It looks like you shoot this guy, and it looks like it probably hits him. Yep, good. So that you turn that element cold, so that's good, right? And you killed one of them, so that's even better. And I think you have more SA than I do right now, Craig, so that's...
I kind of thought I did, because, like, I didn't understand exactly what you were wanting to do by flowing away from this, but I kind of was also watching these guys, and if it had progressed much farther, I was going to be like, hey, I need you to support me. Like,
right.
Hey, like, time to kind of hold my hand, but I need you here. But I kind of, I had a data link on one of the guys behind us. I popped over to uniform or something real quick, and I got a picture of somebody. So it's like I kind of knew we had backup, but we were kind of up on our own.
Yep. So I figured these guys had missiles out on these guys because I was seeing a bunch of data link pop-ups and stuff. But anyway, you shoot this guy. This element turns cold. This element presses hot. This is my 3. This is my 4. What I was trying to do is set up a grinder from here to here, like briefed, right?
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yep. So Craig shoots those guys. All right, let's press. Not to belabor the point here. All right, so this dude shoots somebody. I can't tell who. And it goes stupid immediately. So Mako 2-3, which was Mailman.
That's me.
He hits this guy. Good. And then Jersey, you shoot that guy. Probably not going to make contact. Yep. Jersey takes a second shot at that guy. Good sort. Good job on that. You hit that guy. So I think these guys are in trouble, I think. So hey, 2, do I call just peel off left, like crank left?
Yeah, when I die, I kind of do my own thing just because, let's see, you shoot there.
So that's the smoker that I shot, I think.
Yeah. Of course, we never saw that guy right behind him. I never saw him there on radar.
Yeah, I didn't see him either. Well, no, evidently I did. Yep, that's the guy that I did see because I'm defensive. That's pretty much the only time I was defensive right there. And I thought this thing was right on my ass. I thought I was going to get hit.
I do. It felt so much
factor.
closer.
Yeah, the pucker factor 9,000 for sure, dude.
If I see that M in my mind, it's 3 inches behind me the entire time.
It's like running into a dark room, turning off or a light room, turning on the light and running to your bed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm heading west. I'm going. Damn it! Lead was over here just a minute ago. Where'd he go?
Yeah. So where's 3 at?
I'm clear over here. I'm looking for you guys.
Where the hell? Okay, so where the hell is 3? Let's find. Oh, 3's over there. Okay. So yep, and so you're doing what I told you to do, right?
But I think we. I should have tried to find you a little bit better and stick with you.
No, I mean you are doing what I told you to do. I basically said, hey, I'm gonna come in and try to save your ass, and then you guys press cold. And hot cold was kind of weird because we were kind of like
sandwiched,
like perpendicular to the threat, right? So, but anyway, we go defensive, defeat the missile, and we're like complete, just like I'm complete tumbleweed. I'm like, there's jets all over the place.
What is happening?
I mean, just look at this rat's nest of like jet trails here. That's just there's just dudes everywhere.
One minute you call, I'm going under you, and we're like 100 feet apart, it felt like.
Oh. So I'm trying to make sure like 3 and 4 don't shoot down friendlies as well, because I know they're... Well, so who's 4? Jersey? Juddy?
Yep.
Yeah. So I know at least 3 is pretty new. He's trying to lead 4, and 4's telling 3, like, hey, dude, like later on, he's telling 3, like, hey, dude, like, no, this is what we got to do. And it's all good. But I'm just trying to make sure we don't have any, like, blue on blues over here.
Could you pause this right here? This part right here.
Yep.
So I saw this, and I wasn't sure if I was clear on the in the comms here where I was saying that Jersey was Mako 2-4. I remember that much. And I told him to keep flowing south, and I was trying to get the rest of you guys. I said, Mako can the rest of Mako can engage. And I wasn't trying to vector the whole flight. I was just trying to get an idea, like, right now, if Jersey turns around, he's dead. And at one point in his flight plan, it looked like he might have turned around, I think when he was heading southwest. And so that's why I was hoping that you guys were going to turn in at this point. And if you could see, Craig is actually turning it. And this is an interesting problem because I thought everybody knew where this guy was because I had called. He was passing. Remember you said you shot the smoker? And I said, okay, that guy's, the other bandit is passing that location.
Right, yep, I recall that, yes.
So I thought Mako had enough to, like, from my perspective, I wasn't really aware that things were that confused, in the flight because of the missiles and everything. So at that point, I thought I had made it clear, and then that's where tragedy strikes.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I think you did a good thing there. So this is where I shoot the smoker, like you said. This is the guy that you're calling out. This is the shot. And then this is where I think I go defensive. Yep, this is where we go defensive and we go completely tumbleweed. And you're telling, hey, Bible, you can take over the...
Well, this is where I was trying to get across to the one guy left, that's still there. He's still a threat. And the other thing is that we might have to. I might have to look a little bit more as to what's going on, but I'm getting some very weird readings in here. So sometimes I was calling flankers when they were, I don't know, maybe something else, because I was getting some interesting results even with the updated database.
So Su-35 is basically an upgraded 27, correct?
Yeah, 35 is arguably the most newest aircraft, minus the J-20. But yeah, it's like an upgraded 37. Or no, it's like an upgraded 29.
I thought it was a 27. Upgraded 27.
Yeah, I don't know where it was. It was either showing as a Su-27 or an MG-29. That's
Okay,
how.
When I was doing a little bit of research right before this, I thought I was seeing 35s were just upgraded 27s.
That's correct.
This is perfect, by the way, with Jersey pulling him back. This is a perfect time for a flank to come in, for somebody to take this guy out. So here comes Craig. And I was so excited about this. I thought, yeah, it's perfect, right?
Bad things happen. There's a MiG out there that I'm.
Yeah, so Craig does a declare, and the number I have this instinct where I realize where I want to put my mouse, because it's got to be this guy, right? And I put my mouse there, and the number doesn't match, and I'm like, what in the world is he calling? Well, if you want to zoom out,
hold on, I'm trying to do a distance. There we go. Yikes.
Yeah, now zoom out, and just like mouse wheel, and
this is as far as I can go right here.
To your right, far right.
These guys?
He's calling those guys.
Yeah, those guys. I don't see this guy.
Oh, you don't see this guy. You see these
I never
guys.
saw him on radar, dude. I fucking scanned his altitude. Sat there and looked, only saw those guys, and I'm like, why are we in such a hissy fit over these guys? I'm like, what? You guys are pussies. Like, stop being bitches. Like, no. And then, as we progress it forward, so now, I'm in burner. I know
okay, so hold on a sec. All right, so let's just check distance. So that's 15 miles. He's at 14,000. These guys are at 40 miles at 21,000. So maybe your radar wasn't slewed low enough to see this dude.
No, I'm constantly slewing my radar is the thing. Like, I have a scroll wheel for the radar antenna. Never saw this guy. Never.
Oh, interesting.
I had that too, Craig. Bad guy at X Angels, and I'm right there, and it's like I got nothing.
Yeah, same thing happened to me.
So I'm not sure.
Anyway, look at this rat's nest here. Craig somehow miraculously turns hot and does something that ends up in tragedy, I guess, is what we've determined.
Oh, no.
I guess he just gets hit. It looks like
Well, no. So.
Oh no, dude! This is the. Oh no.
Yeah, I went nose. Well, no. So right before I take a shot, Bible says Mako 2 merged, and at that moment, it's right about here. He's like,
it's right about here. Mako 2 merged, and then I go, oh shit! I gotta peel off.
Well, it's at this point where it's just like, oh, I don't understand the situation. I just flew into something, and I was dead.
Yeah. So and you'll see. I'll come into this guy not realizing that you had been shot down yet, and so he shoots him. Who's Rango? Rango.
That was 1-3.
It was Hawkeye 1-3. He's not in.
Hawkeye 1-3. Okay. So there's a miss, and he looks like he gets gunned or something. But I see this dude, and I lose airspeed. I was about to, I shoot him, and I miss. Man, I was so mad. I wish, and I had this thought. I had this thought before we joined. I'm like, man, we should take just one heater, just one.
Yeah, there's always a very small inkling of a idea.
Yeah, I always, I always think you take 5x1 just in case you get into this situation, because this dude probably would have been dead if I had a 9X or a 9M.
Yeah.
So I get super high. I at this point, so I lose tally, obviously. So I have tally up until. So this dude's capture. I'm like, oh shit, that's a Su-27 or something. So I come in, I try to gun him, and I miss him, and then I just like get super high, super slow, and then I lose complete SA when my jet starts stalling. And evidently Scarecrow. Who's Scarecrow?
Me. R4.
No, that got hit by
They got hit by a
Hawk.
Patriot. Or Hawk, yeah.
But Scarecrow's definitely tally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
put
you
like
saw
3
that-
bursts on him, and then
saw
the
that
fucking missile
120
coming
there?
out.
Try to slow it down. Zoom in here. Take a look at this beauty.
Get schwacked. Boom. And it's at 120. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Where's the 120 coming from?
From Jersey.
Yep.
Where the hell?
Did you gun him, Higgins?
Yeah, I fired like 3
Like if you look
bursts.
through, over by Mako 2-3, go back left. Yeah, there's a
Okay.
120 coming
So
from the left there.
let's go back. Let's go back. Let's get the good. Let's slow her down to.
Fox 3 furball.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, geez, dude, that's a. So would that be considered a dangerous?
Yes,
Fox
that is
3?
dangerous, but it's less dangerous if you keep STT. So
Yeah.
it's less dangerous, but it's still dangerous because they're within like a mile or something.
So if you shoot an STT, does it go pitbull?
It gets so it. I think this is like 10 miles. It's probably pitbull off the rail at this point. But if you're farther away, STT it gives accurate pinpoint location for the missile, so it sends it to the missile and it knows where to go. If you launch it and don't lock it onto it, the missile kind of just does whatever, and it can lock onto anybody. So STT just gives it a better chance of going after what you are locking onto, because it could have easily gone after Scarecrow, easily.
Yeah.
Wow, it went right by him.
Yeah, those both could have easily been in blue on blue.
And this is what I'm afraid of the whole time. Is like people targeting somebody that they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, me too. When we came across that 2 ship and that Jersey and I got, it was like I got negative IFF, and I can't get any other more information from this guy. So
It's really hard when they're already in a furball.
Yeah.
Right, and he was close to the parameters that AWACs had called out. So it's like,
yep,
I gotta shoot this guy.
So if I were to do this again, I would take 5x1.
And then you won't need it. Like when
No,
you
that's
when
fine.
you take it, you don't need it.
I'm okay with not needing the 9, right?
That's
Because I
true.
took one long stick home.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the point.
Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Exactly. All right. So where are we at? Let's see. Okay. It looks like picture's pretty clear up here at this point. Anybody want to see anything up until this point?
I
again?
got my attack. I could roll mine. Go over my
Yeah.
flight. Because we still got 21s. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll pause this and then we'll come back to Mako flight.
Oh, let's see. So this is about when we help Ripper, and we're coming out. Ripper's in our flight here. So it starts about there. We're hearing kind of quiet, I think, here. I think we were getting some bullseye calls over here. And then, like I said, with the mental picture, getting that mental picture before you go into 3D is paramount, because you could kind of like compartmentalize where the threats are when you hear a picture call, instead of scrambling to move your cursor over the general area and you already flew a mile and you're already close. So it gets really, really hectic if you don't have that mental picture. So my mental picture, I was able to automatically kind of mentally know where these people are, or groups are. Where's my? Oh yeah, so they're behind us. That's two of them. They split up. So we're in a 14-mile grinder here, which is perfect. That works out very well because we got spacing for delousing and able to come off cold if need be. I think this one, yeah. So Rhodey, I remember you. I turned off cold because I don't want to get too close. Look how close we are to the flot. So, and they're cold already. So there's no reason for us to chase them over there. So I just turn off cold, and then we got second element right behind us. So while I'm cold, I hear Rhodey say I got him locked at whatever 1,000. I'm like, you need to turn off like right now, and he does. So that's good. And then second element, now they're hot on them and they're targeted. They're sorting. They're getting all stuff in there. These two are sorted on them. So someone's locked onto this guy, which is not a factor at this moment. So Cool's got a missile off at the left one. Oh no, at this one because he's locked onto it. And this guy Mage is not locked onto anything quite yet. So hindsight 2020. Do you remember Cool's in here? No. Who else is? Bono's not here either. Nope. All right. Well, I don't know if they were aware of these two, but it seems like they weren't until the last second Mage locks onto them. So always, when you're locked onto something, make sure you kind of scan the area real quick. In this case, I would assume you would not get a nails from this target, and you can kind of see what the direction is. So you would get a nails at the 10 o'clock or something on your RWR, or you would not get anything, but you would get a nails at 11, and you kind of have to know where you're locked onto to kind of correlate your nails and what you're locked onto to see which one is hot. And you can also look at your FCR to see what aspect they are at. But you have to do all that all at once, and it usually doesn't happen, but that's one way to kind of tell and see who's more of a threat in this case, because these two are definitely more of a threat than this guy over here. So Fox 3 on the guy over there. Mage gets a Fox 3 at one of them, which makes him go defensive, so that kind of saves or delays the situation there. Still got one here. By this point, first element's already hot. And we could delouse that. So I Fox on that guy here. So this, I'm gonna go through here. Rhodey's gonna grit his teeth.
No.
But I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody heard me. I don't know if anybody heard me over uniform. Friendly. Might have heard it. You might not have heard it.
I heard it.
So I was looking at my HSD, and I saw a lockup of 2 on the data link of 4. So yeah, so I heard that, or saw that first, and I heard you Fox, and I was trying to call over before you Fox, but you already Foxed at that point, and and once you stopped talking over uniform, I talked over uniform saying it was friendly, but it was too late at that point. So, but yeah.
So hey Prime, can you go ahead and explain that one more time for?
So,
as far as a lead, what you're tracking as far as what Rhodey's trying to shoot versus what you're seeing on your HSD.
So as a lead, I stare at my HSD. That's literally, I'm staring at going between that and my FCR. I'm staring at that HSD, depending on who I'm flying with. So I'm staring at that thing like gospel, and I see that Rhodey's locked on to a data link target. So I think it's green or blue, one of those.
It'll be blue.
It'd be blue.
It's a green.
It's a color. So it's a data link.
If he's in your flight, it's blue. If he's out your flight, it's green.
So in the flight, it was blue, and I saw a yellow targeted data link over a blue data link of a person. So I'm like, that's not good. And then shortly after, I hear him say Fox 3, and I'm like, oh no, and that happened there.
That only happens if 2 assigns one data link target, right?
No, it happens. So if you're in continuous and someone is locked on to someone, if you're locked on, if the cycle goes through while you're locked on, it'll show up as your target. It won't give a data. It'll just passively, or it won't give any noise. It'll just show a 2 on whoever's locked on, as long as they're locked on through the cycle. If that makes any sense.
Well, yep.
So
it makes perfect sense.
Holiday, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Oh God.
So through the cycle, I saw him locked onto this, and I'm like, that's not good. And we had a blue on blue incident there. And I did get off a fox on that 21, and I did hit him there.
And who did Rhodey shoot down?
That was Mage. It was Bono.
Oh, okay.
So, Rhodey, as much as you don't want to do, but kind of roll through what your thought process is here.
I thought I was locked onto that MiG.
Uh-huh.
And I did not switch onto my TGP to verify. I did hit my IFF. It didn't come up green. I did check that.
Did it come up yellow?
I think so.
Oh,
When it comes up yellow, usually it's friendly.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot the word, but yes, continue.
It didn't come up green, and I thought it was the 21.
Because it's like a incomplete reply. So enemies, it'll be no reply. It can't have an incomplete reply. It assumes that somewhat of a reply was made. So only friendlies are able to make yellow and green, and then enemies would be nothing.
I think, is it possible that in a theater with F-16s on both sides, you'll get a yellow from an enemy, or is that not how it works?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing that in Israel when you're fighting against Egypt.
Because I think it's like a signal. Like instead of getting a full, like he's like, I don't know, a different aspect, or I don't know, something. So he's sideways, sure. So being that he's sideways, his antennas aren't unable to reply as easily. I don't know, just making up stuff here, but it makes sense. So it's like it's an incomplete reply. So if it has 4 antennas, 3 of them replied, the last one didn't reply, so you get yellow.
All right, that makes sense. I was just curious if it was like NATO capable aircraft broadcasting on that and answering versus.
Well, it has to answer with the right reply.
Exactly.
If it doesn't give the right reply, then it's not going to show up at all.
Even if a coalition aircraft was on a different IFF code, you may not get a reply.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the problem that they had there, and there's a storm with the Patriots shooting at the tornadoes. They were off. Their code was off by like 1 digit.
Yep.
And so when they were coming back into the Patriots, they looked like bogeys, and they were not IFF and friendly at all.
Goodness. And then I locked onto this to that guy.
Yeah, he was tumbling.
Yeah.
I guess moral of the story, though, don't use IFF to confirm that something is hostile.
To be honest, I rarely use IFF. I use the TGP more than I use anything.
So, well, my end, I use the IFF, so I do a cycle, right? Anything that doesn't come back as green, that's a interest. It's a point of interest for me. So I go straight to whoever didn't return, and I do my either in order of I guess
probably how much distance and time you have.
Yeah, distance and time. So sometimes I would look in that direction and then correlate it with my RWR readings, and then I have to take that chance to deem it friendly or not friendly. But that's not a good way, but it's a good way in the moment depending on if you have SA or not. If you have a SA and I just know there's no one else over here, and you have a 21 nails and there's only one contact within 80 miles, that's probably the 21.
I do something similar, like to you, Prime, but you use the IFF as kind of like a general SA, like,
yeah,
hey, I'm looking at this thing. I got greens over here. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, he uses it as a filter.
Yep.
Yep. And then if you get something that doesn't have a return, you focus on that and hit it again and see if it returns green.
Exactly. Or
and
switch to your TGP. something.
Right, and that bingo, exactly. If not, you lock it up, switch to your TGP, and see what it is. And
now, the one thing I will say that I didn't hear on the radio is I didn't hear anybody say any kind of ray gun, and I didn't hear any kind of buddy spike calls from anybody.
I tried to ray gun. I tried to ray gun once.
Well,
I think
ray gun is like it's a false hope type thing. It's like ray gun, and 80 like everybody else is in a firefight. It's not going to listen, and then you shoot them and it was friendly. So it's like it's not really accurate when it comes to ray gun. It's like ray gun, and you're worried about 14 other things. You're not going to. Yeah, I don't see ray gun as a.
And I've seen like I could get the sense that we were locking up friendlies, and I even locked up a few friendlies, and I got any kind of buddy spike. Like when I was looking for the tanker, I was like cycling through. It's like every time I thought I'd find it, it'd be an F-16, but nobody was saying any kind of ray gun. I mean, any kind of buddy spikes over uniform.
Oh, okay.
So if you get locked, if you get an RW or a spike from an F-16, you want to be mindful of that and say, buddy spike in your bullseye, so that way that person is locking you and go, oh, okay, yeah, that's not the right target.
No, so every time. So here's how I do it, right? Sorry, Prime, I'll let you go in a sec, but here's what I'm listening to uniform. I'm saying I'm listening to the dudes targeting something, and I'm looking at my bullseye on the HUD, and if it looks close and the same altitude,
that's good.
I'm gonna call buddy spike or something like hey, I'm close. That might be me.
Yeah, and the person saying ray gun, you at least have to say the bullseye. You can't say ray gun. Okay, like there's 14 other people in the theater. I don't know what you want from me. So the best thing to do would say ray gun, bullseye, and then altitude. That would be the perfect thing to say. So,
and also make sure that if you're declaring ray gun, that you have them locked up in single track.
Yes, and even then, you might not come as spike. I've noticed that too. If you're like
well, if someone doesn't have their handoff diamond set, then yeah. But
well,
if you have your handoff diamond set like you should, then yeah.
I've done some tests where if you're like outside 35, 40 miles and you STT, it's just nails or something. Like it's not as accurate as you would think it should be. So just be careful with that. Make sure you do tests, but it's like it doesn't always go give the person a notification.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been shot down like that before. They're like, ray gun. I'm like, I got nothing, man.
Yeah, I got nothing. And then
kabam,
there's
like,
when someone does call a ray gun, there's no you don't need a negative reply because you don't need 14 people saying clean. So yeah, you'd only say a buddy spike. No need for a negative reply if you're getting spiked. Yeah. For this, so I locked. I was pretty far. I wasn't sure what this was. So I was just like kind of tumbleweed here.
And we got it spotted at.
Yeah, I saw 30s over here. I was just a little tumbleweed, so I kind of snipped it a little too early, and it just went ballistic. Like it just didn't do anything at all. That's an example of make sure you crank and lock on to your targets there. Where'd we go? So we're cold. Cools is hot. Or cools is cold. We come hot. We're sorting a little bit. They're beaming us. Right here. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I ask you what your grinder looked like? It was a north-south grinder almost.
Yeah,
right?
It was north-south. Yep.
Because ours was like east to west.
Yeah, kind of like this way ish.
Yeah.
And it just depends on. You just have to set it up. It's like a dynamic setup, and it always changes.
Yeah, so in hindsight, I would have switched ours to north and south. I think so bigger picture for the entire package. I think if you had 4 north and south grinders, we wouldn't have had so many issues with like just figuring out where the friendlies are. Because you kind of the enemy is going to be north. Now, if you're east and west, you got to figure out, wait, am I east or west right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I didn't think about is we didn't draw any kind of boxes for lanes either.
I thought I saw lane boxes.
No, it wasn't lanes. It was
just the flaunt. Like if I would have thought about it, we should have added like at least a line block showing each block, each sets of lanes, so you're inside your lane or out of it.
Well, I mean,
that way you're in your HSD. You got dash
would that have helped anyone? Like, to be honest, like, would that have helped?
It would have helped me. Yes.
Would it? Okay.
Yep.
So you have Bible saying, I don't know what you would, Western lane, Western center, Eastern center. Like, how would you, like, it creates more talking when it comes to like lanes.
I think
maybe it's create more confusion.
I think it's a personality thing, maybe, or maybe just the way your brain works, kind of thing. Because what I wrote down literally on my I have a sheet of paper and I fold it up, and on this sheet of paper I have west, center, east, and east.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to make it that simple. I mean, you don't have to make it that complicated. It can literally be Killbox Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta.
Yeah, either that or 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
From west to east or whatever. And then you just know, okay, Hornets were box 1, Mako's box 2, Hawkeye's box 3.
Yeah, and that's so
your boxes.
The simple fact that me and what is that? Oh shit, I'm trying to remember everybody's call signs. That's Ripper. Like me and Ripper are thinking along the same lines, and Prime you're thinking something different. That's what I'm saying. It might just be like a difference in like the way that you process information, like the way your brain processes information.
It might have been because I'm okay with no lanes because I guess I kind of because what I look at it, these circles kind of give you a little bit of a lane.
Well, no, yeah, but you see, yeah, but that's fine. You can see yours, like your own steer points. But I'm talking about understanding where the other flights are in the bigger picture.
I guess
yeah, like on mine, I understand like my box. I can go steer point 3 to 4. That's my lane. That's where I'm going to fly. But I have no idea out to the east where everybody else is.
Yeah, they should be over. Like if there's a it's like when you're on the road. Like what does that line actually do? You could always go across it. Like there's no actual wall, so it's kind of made up in a sense. So
have you guys ever thought about using threat circles as locations for grinders? I do that sometimes.
We have, especially when we do DACA, because then it becomes a do not exceed line.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, you're like, okay, we want the West group to set up here and set up a grinder here, basically try to transcribe that circle, and then the other group is going to be over here at this other threat circle. You guys both have it in your package, and you know where you are, and you should have data link, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a different way to do the same thing that the the steer point dashed lines can.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Provide you. Yeah, but
I would say it's an easier way to do it.
Yeah, we could try it. I'll definitely try it next time.
So
I'll say one thing for GCI perspective. One thing that it does do, lanes, I mean, is that it makes it clearer to me whose responsibility it is to deal with which incoming threat. So if you're in the eastern lane and somebody else is in the western, and you ask for a picture on the eastern lane, it's a little bit easier as to what I'm going to tell you. I don't have to start telling you about other things. Right. The other thing is that if there is somebody in the eastern lane, I give the bullseye, I already know it's your flight that's supposed to take it. You are right, it's arbitrary in the sense I could, if you have a moment where one lane's getting overrun, you could pull in resources from another lane. But I think it just makes the responsibility easier, assuming you have enough manpower to cover all your lanes.
Yeah, makes sense. Because in here, I was monitoring this because I knew everybody was cold. I wasn't really aware of these guys, but I was monitoring this guy because he was kind of. How far is he? 25 miles. That's a threat for me. Like I need to know this guy is here, and I was just aware of him being there, and I saw him being attacked, and I went back to my lane in a sense. That's me individually trying to see what's going on outside because you have to trust everybody's doing their lane, and then once that trust goes away or it gets degraded, everything goes out the window. And then we have leaning and heavy and all that kind of stuff. So it introduces a lot of stuff for especially a first mission with like 14 people.
Lane rider.
And lane rider. You got the guy on the literally lane riding 3 and 4. So let's see. I had Cools monitor this guy, and he was merged already. Let's see, I was doing something.
I'm gonna have to go in a second. I just want to ask one question. Lee, did you go to the red side?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
So was that AI actually doing a grinder by itself?
Yes.
See, I thought that was you. I figured I was like, oh, that has to be Lee. So I kept pushing for it, But then, like, I guess I drug him into the hawk site, and the hawk site was shooting at him. So I like turned away. I was like, okay, time to GTFO.
It was a pretty good fight at the end, honestly. Like when I saw him, the wingman flexed, went and turned away, and then came back into formation. I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing it.
Doing
This is happening.
So right here, this was when Pucker Factor 9000. So I thought they were 4 times closer. I thought he was like 5 miles behind me, but he was 20. So he was just screaming in my RWR, spiking me up. So I'm like, all right, this isn't good. So I was like trying to look for him, flaring every now and then, but Cool's got us covered. So it worked out well. This is literally the point of a grinder. If all 3 of us were cold, then we'd be in trouble.
One thing I'll add to this:
here.
if you think someone's close to you, with GCI you can call spike and a direction, and GCI will respond with the range of that threat.
I think I did, but I'm not sure. About 69% sure I did, but not sure.
So to speak.
Once you said it that you were defensive or something and you were spiked, Cool answered right away that he was targeting it. So
okay,
I didn't say anything.
Okay, so it's a good thing I said it. So I wasn't sure if I said it or not, but yes, when the moment. So good thing for you, Cool, saying that you're targeted. If you would have been like, I'm Spike 21 North, and you would have just continued and Fox and not say anything, I would still be scared. So it's good on you giving me an update of what's happening while I'm cold. That's for everybody. If the other wingman or element is cold, the hot flight has to give them updates. Like what's happening, what's behind me, how far are they, are you targeted, did you Fox? Like you have to give them all these different things so that we know that we're not about to die.
It was also good that he said it on uniform because then I knew that they were targeted.
Yeah, and uniform too, yes. And now we're hot and we're see this guy, didn't get him yet, so now we're targeted. I think I had Rhodey. No, I did it. I think yeah. So I think I foxed, and then Rhodey was locked onto this guy. I was locked onto this one. Did Rhodey fox at? Yeah. So yeah, Rhodey foxed the guy descending. Yeah, I believe so. Which is fine. I mean, it's fine. Did get the other guy. So when you could tell when the enemies are shot down, you see them descending quickly on the FCR, or you could look at your TGP and they'll be spinning. Which as a hindsight thing. I did see. Okay, you're far away. Cool. Yeah, right here I was getting a little concerned because Rhodey was locking up everyone. And I was getting a little concerned, but we were good. Come back cold.
Rhodey was out for blood.
Yeah, he was like, hey, locking up everybody.
Thirsty.
So come back cold. Seems like some people are out. Grinder here, going back and forth. And
Miranda truly is like the wild card.
What is?
Miranda.
Rhodey,
oh,
Rhodey,
yeah.
he is the wild card, man.
And that's it for us. We went to tank. And then I assume you guys are still doing stuff over there because I came back on uniform.
We are. We're still doing our weird like east to west cap thing. We're trying to, but so at this point, Bible's calling east and west group. So I'm worried about the east group. I'm trying to worry about the east group
over here. Yep, somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the east group is like, oh shit. I can't drive. I'm thinking the east group is just like, I don't know, 4 fingers to the left of us or 8 fingers to the left of us. And I'm thinking the west group is like 16 fingers to the left of us.
Hmm. And no one's spawning here.
Yep. Well, I'm not sure at what point, but he was definitely, oh yeah, there it is. Yep. So, so there's one, where's 2? 2's dead. 2 gets hit. Yeah, way back one. And then 3 and 4 out there. And then I'm pretty sure I'm tracking whoever that is. I thought that was an 18.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
Ripper.
Yep.
That's the grinder maneuver. Did you guys see that?
No, I heard you call grinder,
Oh,
but I did not see the grinder.
the AIs?
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
If you back it up, they're together, and the wingman flexes, goes out, and comes back in.
$10 miles is like perfect. And he's like, hello. So if this was a human, they might defend these missiles right here. But if you're aggressive, you'll kind of assume it's for the number 1 and kind of continue. Kind of hesitates there. Now he's worried about this guy. And he comes back cold.
Yeah, so I'm having a trouble not trying to clip. I was trying to stick to the ROEs. I didn't want to get into the North Korean airspace. And then we talk about the intraflight for sure.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum.
Yeah, Gump. I heard you say you're getting close, and I was, right behind you, and I noticed I was getting close too, and so turned back.
Yep, I heard all those calls.
I saw those guys go cold too, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were trying to drag us into the 2 Wes. Either that or into the grinder. But I was trying to keep us out of ROE like issues.
Yeah.
So you can see I'm targeted that guy and then I peel off. I'm like, fuck this. I'm too close to the flot. And then I think I call 3 and 4. Hey, 3 and 4, I'm too close to the flot. I'm going cold.
Yeah,
and we're not
exactly.
really like in any set, any specific grinder. We're trying to figure out like.
Yeah, it's a transition formation basically because you're trying to take control of the situation. Because right now you have no control over what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even tracking these guys are past the DMZ there. Hey, mailman, you had something to say?
Yeah, I heard exactly you say that, right?
Yep.
And so.
Yep, and I heard you call for repeating what I said.
Yeah, right.
So Jersey hits that dude. This is probably when the call came. Hey, dude, you're getting too close. And then he goes defense. Looks like he goes
see what Jersey did right here? He was within MAR, well within MAR. He just foxes and then leaves.
Yep, that's good.
That's it. That's done. Just leave. Because he would have probably died if you had any more seconds hot there.
Well, that's good. And then
comes back.
It looks like 3's coming in to try to save. Yep. Oh no, that's Avenger 1. 18. Oh, sorry, that's Avenger.
That was a really.
I got tumbleweeded a little bit.
Yep. And then prior to this, maybe like I don't know, a minute, like 2 to 5 minutes prior to this, I was trying to extend our cap from like steer 5 to 6 there out more to the west.
Oh, you're kind of like closing it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to, since all the threats were out there and a lot of people had died and gone home or tanked.
Yeah.
I was trying to extend our cap just to the west there. And I think I called that. Did you guys cap?
I think I might have been on tanker already. Might have been off.
Yeah, I was calling intraflight. Hey, I want to extend our cap to the west.
I might have been hit already. I can't remember. No, I'm still in there, I think.
Oh no, somebody just got hit.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I see this 29, about 90 degrees to me, just barely on the RWR. So I crank over to get some more information on him, and boom, he's in the inner ring.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to tally him, and where the hell is this guy? And I could never pick him up on radar. And I finally tally him, so I switch to dogfight mode and go after this guy, and You say, 4, come and cover me here. And man, 4 did great. He came screaming in there. I saw him go screaming right by me, shoot at the guy. He got me, but I saw the missile launch in terms of the RWR, and I went a little bit defensive, but he got me anyway.
Yeah.
The heater.
So with this, I've noticed that the 16 has a dead zone, the RWR. So literally,
okay,
you're like he locks you up the moment you go sideways, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So right here, you're locked up, but you don't get anything on your RWR because this is literally the dead zone. So if you're vertical like this, you won't get anything on your indications. So you're still vertical.
That's what was okay.
Still sideways.
That was what was so weird. It's like he's barely on the outer range to my east on RWR, and all of a sudden, next thing he's in my lap. It's like, what the hell?
So you go level here, and he goes instantly to your inner ring. And for me, if that happens, like I'm tumbleweed at this point, and there's a pop up in my inner ring, I turn off cold. Like there's no reason to turn hot, because you don't know what's happening.
Okay.
And I would just go off cold. Like the moment he spikes me there, I'm just gonna go off cold. Because
Yeah, see, I did exactly. I went hot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you probably weren't tracking he was closer.
Oh yeah, no, I saw him. I saw him go by me.
Okay.
And I think he gets a shot even.
Yeah, he got a shot out. He killed him.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
yeah.
Okay.
Surprises.
Going cold would be the trick then. Yeah.
And especially
Did you have a missile warning there?
It's probably
I had a missile warning. Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah,
and
probably off the rail.
I popped some flares and
so like the second
had
you get that missile warning, you should just split S and just get out of dodge.
Yep.
Okay.
If you're
I inverted. Yeah, I inverted and popped a couple flares and was going to try to hit the deck and go 180, but
It has to be like an immediate thing, dude.
Exactly.
There's no waiting. There's just instantaneous. Stick your nose to the ground and hit the afterburner. And if you can, drop all your crap. Go Cat 1 and pray for the best.
Yeah, I was already Cat 1. Okay, yeah, that's a good tip. Thanks.
So what altitude is 3 at when the missile gets launched at him?
Should be around like 24 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, 26.
26. Yeah, I would have rolled over right now, pulled hard, and then gone to the deck, right? Because that missile's going to have to cut through thicker air down there.
Yeah, well, I wanted to kill the prick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
With my personal tactic, this is my oh shit maneuver. So in this, you're flying along, it's quiet, and all of a sudden you get spiked. It's like, oh my god, I don't know what's happening. So for me, I would split S and turn perpendicular to the threat. So you would split S going down and go either this way or that way to kind of put it on the beam.
Sure.
So it has to turn and bleed off energy. That's literally the only thing you do, especially at 10 miles.
Yeah.
Get as much speed as you can, and then pull back underneath I kind of go like a J, perpendicular to the threat, and see if you could beam it, and then after start doing the serpentine back and forth away from it.
Sure. Yeah, I was just starting to try to beam it, and I mean, I had like between the time to launch and me hit was 2-3 seconds.
Exactly. I think the
and
whole thing
yeah, no, that's a good tip. Thanks. You got to realize my almost 63-year-old reflexes. It takes us a little extra second.
That's fair. At least it's nothing real. It's just virtual stuff. So that's good.
It's the old saying, my mind knows what it wants to do, but the body is kind of, I'll get there when I get there.
Catching up.
Yeah, but I appreciate those tips, so you have to keep them coming.
Yeah.
Lucky you, man. My butthole puckers in those situations.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I had to change my shirt because my pits were so fucking sweaty.
Dude, I sweat when I do BFM. I have to my earphones are all old and crusty. They just get so soggy. I just have to take them off for a bit.
I wasn't nervous. I wanted to kill the prick, and I knew he was close, and I had a tally on for a bit, and So
you just got to remember, though, man, this game is about bringing the jet home to Uncle Sam.
Yeah,
so
right.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, you live to fight another day, right? You need that jet.
Right. Yeah. Then I'm figuring he's that close. How the hell am I going to get away from him? And but those tips would help. Yeah.
Oof.
Well, plus,
make sure you're not flying over any man pads. It's all about the building situational awareness. It's a skill that's acquired over a very long period of playing this.
Sure.
Yep.
You'll get it because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be familiar with the bullseye, knowing where you are in relation to everything that's going on, understanding where you are when you hear the calls, where your other wingmen are, where the other flights in the package are, where your target is.
Yep.
Putting all this stuff together, it takes time, man.
All while flying an airplane.
Yep.
Yep.
And I started this a couple of months ago in February, and I wish I could fly 4 right now because I've completely
off.
See you, Lee. No, you're good.
See you, Lee.
That's probably the longest debrief ever.
Take care, Lee.
No, it's cool. But as 4, I have a complete essay of what's going on. As 3, I have pretty good essay. As lead, you look at this, just look at the Mako from start to finish, and then you'll get the answer to that. It's just I'm trying to figure out where to send 3 and 4, how to call uniform, what's going on, is 3 shooting 4? Is 3 shooting a different flight?
A lot of stuff.
I mean, you can't fake it. There's no bravado. You either know what you're doing or you don't.
And what I've been saying, so once you feel uncomfortable, you're unconsciously learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Well, take a look at our tanking. Goodness.
Oh boy. Let's skip that one.
Well, I thought it was okay, but our flight.
Oh, in my flight, it was a different story.
Dude, when I installed,
I did just fine, but my wingmen, they didn't have a good time with it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When I installed 3.6, that was the first thing I did. I loaded up a tanking mission. I'm like, all right, let's get down back to the basics here. But you don't want to be that guy.
This was.
You did try the basket or the basket.
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, yeah, I haven't tried it.
I don't even want to try it. That looks pretty dumb. You can't even see where the probe is.
Let me ask you another question. I'm sorry, Harry. Go ahead.
You're good. No, go ahead.
Let me ask you a quick RWR question. If I remember right, all it does is gives direction. It has nothing to do with distance.
That is facts. Right? Factual.
It has direction and the power of the emitter, right?
It's like it depends. So you have, for example, F-14, depending on what they load into the RWR. So F-14 has a really long reach range. It has the Phoenix. So that's going to be on the inner ring before anything else. So you could have a RWR of a nails of a 14. It's maybe at 50 miles. And then let's say the MAR, relative MAR of a 14 will be 40 miles loaded into the jet. At 40 miles, it would go straight to the inner ring because of its lethality.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's another mistake I made in mine. I'm thinking distance, and that's not necessarily the case.
It's not necessarily, but it could. If he's locked onto you, he's closer than you think. He's probably pretty close. You should probably start doing something.
Right.
But it doesn't.
I gotta say, you guys had a pretty clean little break there.
Yeah,
it looked really good.
It was nice. I'm probably gonna frame this on my virtual.
That was really good.
Refrigerator.
That was impressive.
So yeah, RWR is very important to understand because it could be misconstrued at many times.
Yeah.
But
especially when the adrenaline's pumping.
Oh yeah, if you get spiked and there's very little time to look over there and lock something up, and then turn back. It's just very little. You might as well just turn off and see if you can get away from it.
It's definitely the most fickle sensor in the entire jet, and there's been many a times where you're going to have to completely shut the RWR off and then turn it back on and recycle it because sometimes it just wigs out and it'll just you'll get like a ghost spike basically.
Oh yeah.
Remember we had a mission actually where we kept getting this ghost contact and it kept getting us and it ended up screwing us.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it does ghost, like especially with SA-10s. It'll sometimes
Mhm.
ghost in your inner ring and like go back and forth. Especially when you're turning and doing some banking and stuff, it'll definitely do some stuff.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for those tips on that, you guys.
Yep.
You gonna show that tanking?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Goodness, that was.
Am I still live? Happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still live.
I couldn't even tell. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of TEs that I've acquired over the missions. I forget to label them sometimes, so it's just a number that I don't really care about. But I usually save the really good ones. So this one I'm probably going to save. I'm going to upload this to the 6th so you guys can watch it.
Okay.
This tanking was pretty good. So I tanked, took about I think 6,000 or something, brought me to 9. So
Yeah.
was everybody able to tank? Everybody tanked?
We got to the tanker.
Like, in other words, did you have any problems like contacting the tanker or anything, or did he lower the boom or anything? Did you have any problems with that?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, just skill issue.
Tanker.
Yeah, I posted some pictures.
I just saw those memes.
That's something I gotta get. I've never
on the
even tried
Falcon
it.
Lounge with Arrow steadily.
Oh God, there's memes over there.